Switzerland. Ma'am has been a part of different important committees of AMU, like organizing Committee of North Zone Vice Chancellors Meet and Committee for preparing the annual report of the Vice Chancellor. Ma'am has been doing field work at various national natural heritage sites for the past 18 years. And at UGC, HRDC, Aligarh Muslim University, ma'am is successfully conducting various orientation programs, refresher courses, short-term courses, summer and winter school. Ma'am has completed more than 10 research projects from different agencies like Ministry of Human Resource Development, ICSSR New Delhi, Ministry of Minority Affairs, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Environmental and Forest. Ma'am has presented more than 30 research papers in various national and international conference seminars. Ma'am has been invited as a resource person in more than 25 workshops, seminars in all over the world. Ma'am has published 2 books, 5 dissertations, 5 project reports, 3 reading materials, 6 chapters in various books. Ma'am has published more than 40 research papers in various national and international journals. Ma'am has published more than 10 articles in various national newspapers like The Hindu and The Times of India. Dr. Faiza Basi ma'am has also designed many courses for creative Urdu writing. Dr. Faiza Basi madam, I very humbly request you for your address. Thank you so much.
Thank you for this very generous introduction. I'm sure everyone must have wanted it to end. Dr. Mukesh Kumar Saab, Dr. Rana, Dr. Jain, Dr. Vaishali, all the other organizers, Sabir Saab, Dr. Nida, and wow, I can see 149 people participating. I mean, I can see 149 people in the on my screen, so that means there are anywhere above 140 participants in this inaugural ceremony. At the outset, I must congratulate the organizers, the Bardhaman College and the Hansraj College, for coming up with this initiative of organizing a training program on academic writing and online resources, etc., for improving the research on art. The fact that you are using the platform of the Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching is very warmly welcome by me, especially because I happen to be at the helm of the affairs of the Center for Academic Leadership and Education Management that we had established as part of the National Mission on Teachers and Teaching, which was named after Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya later. And this is how I came to know of your college, and this is how I came to know of so many colleges and universities and different educational institutions across the country. It was a massive exercise. I must tell you that because our funds have dried up now, we are not organizing any more such courses under CALM. But as long as we were properly funded by the ministry, there was this time when in a month I personally had to go to at least 3 different locations across the country. And there were teachers from the AMU who went to these different colleges and conducted courses there. So that way, there are just 4 CALM centers across the country. Apart from us, there are just 3 more. One is at the TIS, the Tata Institute of Social Sciences. Another is at the NIPA, National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration. And there's another one at Punjab University. So together we created an impact that is still showing. Individually, our CALM Center alone partnered with 52 colleges across the nation, touched upon more than 6,000 participants physically and more than another 6,000 participants virtually, just like we are touching upon you. And I'm very glad to see that this under the banner of the scheme, these efforts and academic leadership and education are still going on. So let me talk about the entire philosophy of the center behind academic leadership and education management. Why teacher investing in developing academic leadership? You see, if you are somebody who is teaching a particular subject, it's expected that you will be very good at that subject. That's how you have made it into a teaching position in a college or a university. But at the same time, in order to run a college or a university, and in order to remain upbeat amidst the pressure of globalization, also that some of us, not all, some of us invest in academic leadership and education management. We at the Callum handpicked some 5-6 themes, just like you have to do in the name of academic writing and online use. Similarly, excuse me, am I on?
Ma'am, you are audible, but there is some connectivity issue, I think so, at your side.
Yes, because mine is saying that there is some connectivity. Okay, let me check.
If it is convenient for you, ma'am, can you change your position a little bit as per the... You have muted yourself, ma'am.
Now, in higher education, we don't have anything like that. We complete our masters, we complete our doctorates, and then we become teachers. And that too, we have had a disconnect with teaching for at least the last 5 years of our research. So, what does it take to teach effectively? We need to know. So, we conducted some courses on teaching effectively. Similarly, there is this very important topic of ICT-based learning and ICT-based research. So, technology-led teaching and technology-led research. Now, it goes without saying that today, for a teacher or for a researcher, saying no to technology is simply not an option. Nobody can say no to technology. The fact that I am sitting here in Bhubaneswar and so many of you must have joined from so many different locations. The fact that I'm not there in Aligarh, I'm actually committed to another 3 days meeting, but still I'm able to fulfill a commitment that I made to Dr. Nida. It's all thanks to technology. And there is a lot more. There is a lot more than technology can do to help us excel in our subjects and also as teachers in a teaching learning environment. Similarly, there was sustainable development, there was gender equality, various other topics that go into making a teacher an active contributor to the larger goal, to the larger mission of nation building. So this is what we have been doing, and academic writing and excellence in research was also an integral part of our overall program. What I want to say about academic writing is that, look here, there may be the need for just 10% of us to become academic leaders. That's enough. Not everybody becomes a vice chancellor, not everybody becomes a principal or a registrar. Everybody does become an HOD or a chairperson of a particular department, but then when you become an HOD or a chairperson, you will have to learn quite a lot of management, financial issues, administrative acumen you will have to develop. So it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some 10% of you are welcome to become academic leaders if you think you have it in you. If you think you have it in you, just like management professionals, but any management professional cannot become an academic leader because they don't understand the finesse and the nuances of being an academician. However, being an academic writer is one requirement of a higher education teacher that she cannot bypass. Please mind my words. In academics, we say publish or perish. Publish or perish. Because you may be feeling very exhausted by the end of the day, taking your classes, completing your attendance registers, giving reading material. Fine, everybody does. You may be thinking that it was a day well spent. You are today participating in a workshop. I'm sure you would have performed your duties in the morning. After these classes are over, these online sessions are over, when you log off or when you stop listening to me, and when your sessions are over, you might be so tired when you go home, you will be ready to put your feet up and call it a day. But if you have not worked towards making a publication, you have pushed yourself away from your goal. Probably because you are an assistant professor, your goal is to become an associate professor as soon as possible. And that depends, along with all the teaching and administrative responsibilities that you are fulfilling and that you are bearing, that depends on the publications that you are making. You know, at times, the thin line between a teacher administrator and a normal administrator, it blurs. Sometimes it blurs. You're not able to make out between the two. But the only distinction between a teacher administrator, a teacher, an academician, and somebody else is that we make meaningful publications. We have built that in our attitudes. We have decided to continue to publish, and we know that if we do not publish, we will perish. So this much of motivation talk about thinking that it's important to publish. I will tell you about a very important program that we conducted and very successfully. It was called LEAP. I'm sure some of you must have heard about it. Leadership for Academicians program. That's what this program was called. So as part of this program, we had to select a group of professors, senior professors from the universities all over the country and take them for training abroad to a university that is a part of India's top 100 universities. Now let me tell you, the criteria for selecting these teachers was very stringent. We were flooded with applications, hundreds of applications, because the primary criteria, of course, was not difficult to meet, All we needed to do was we needed to take applications from professors who had 8 years of teaching experience, 3 years of administrative experience, and who were under the age of 58 or 60, right? I'm sure you will be able to find hundreds of professors in Indian universities who are under 60 years of age, who have had 8 years or more of experience on the date of application, and who have been wardens, provosts, registrar, member in charge, anything, proctor, anything in their respective colleges. However, sadly and very unfortunately, the seats could not be filled. The seats could not be filled because one of the important, very stringent criteria was the criterion of 30 Scopus publications. 30 publications in Scopus journals. Cut. 100 applications comes down to 23. Only 23 out of 100 professors in Indian universities who are below the age of 60, who have had sufficient years of experience as professor, sufficient years of experience as academic administrators. Only 25% of them have quality publications. Another thing, because they knew that this is one of the criteria. They had sent us lists of all their publications, and most of them had more than 100, 200, 300 publications. There were papers in journals, there were articles in various other periodicals, there were chapters that they had contributed to various books, invited chapters in various books, and there were too many conference proceedings papers. So they expected that, wow, I'm a professor and I will I have so many publications and I will be able to go to the Ohio State University. I must be able to go to the Arizona State University. The government of India will send me. But no, these papers were not counted. These papers that they had made in predatory journals, that they had made in journals that didn't have a good impact factor, these papers that they had made in journals that didn't give them enough number of citations, their edge index was low, their I-10 index was low, they had so many chapters published in books, but they were just not counted. So not to say that our academia is not doing anything, not to say that our academia is not publishing, but the fact is that we are wasting our energies by publishing in publications which are of no import. And then there was a big hue and cry in the first round of leave because mostly only science teachers could get in. So then later in the second round of leave, what happened was that the UGC care listed journals were also included in that. And I must congratulate the Ministry of Education and the Government of India on this, because not having included the UGC care listed journals in that meant that we are completely disregarding teachers of regional languages. A teacher of Hindi, let's say, or Marathi, or Tamil, or Assamese doesn't have any chance to be published in a journal that is a Scopus journal. But certainly there are Assamese and Hindi and Tamil publications in India by the score. All you have to do is that you have to sift through and you have to make your publications only in quality journals. You're very lucky. You have the UGC Care A list, B list. You have online resources. Not one, not two, and I'm sure your institutions would have also given you some access to online journals and to online papers, and they must have, I'm sure, subscribed to a lot of e-consortiums. There must be PubMed, there must be Web of Science, there must be Elsevier, and if not, then all you need to do is that you go, maybe, suppose I write a lot in Urdu, and I feel very proud of this. Apart from the publications that I have in English language, I also write quite a lot in Urdu. But then, of course, I know there are no Scopus journals in my language, so I can always refer back to the UGC Care listed journals, and I should be careful enough that I'm not wasting my publications, and I'm not writing for predatory journals that are all over there online. It may be good for our promotions, but promotions are not all that we are living for. Our aim is to take our institutions and our careers higher up in quality. Our aim is to excel. And that's the only way that in this very fast changing atmosphere of higher education in the world, to which our country is also adopting very fast, all you need to do is go to the NEP and see how we are also focusing on internationalization of education, on standardization of degrees, and on globalization of education, and how we are very soon going to have universities and colleges come to us from outside. So this is going to be a very tough competition in the future. It's going to be a very, very tough competition. And in order to survive and in order to outcompete others, all that you need to do is that you invest your time and invest your energies in making quality publications. Getting your promotions is not your only goal. It is important that you also get quality publications. I am sure in the course of this workshop you are going to learn a lot from your resource persons. I haven't seen your timetable, but I'm sure your organizers must have included some very effective resource persons for the sessions with you. I am sure that when you go back from here, you will have the necessary skill. Treat your writing as a skill. Enough of treating your writing as a talent or as a job. You should know what comes under introduction, what comes under literature review, what comes under results in discussion, and how do you discuss the methodology, and how do you write a reference, and then how do you make use of online resources. I'm sure your resource persons are going to tell you about all that, and I once again wish the organizers well for this entire week. When I hope that this course is implemented with, because this is a large number, 145 participants. I'm really impressed, and I wish you all the very best. I'm sorry I have to go. You might be listening, my session has already started, because I'm in Bhubaneswar right now for a meeting with the American Access Program, and they're very, very punctual. So I just had until 2 o'clock. I had mentioned this to Nida. All the very best. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time even in such a tight schedule. Thank you, ma'am. It was nice having you. Thank you. As we are,
There is one question from audience side. Somebody asked, ma'am, please suggest good category journals.
All that you need to do for good journals is to go to Scopus, find the journal there, and if it is a Scopus journal, you get 17 points in your API. If it's not a Scopus journal, you're writing for some topic that is not covered by Scopus journals, go to the UGC website, make an account for yourself, user ID and login, logging to the UGC care listed journals. Under Group A, all the Scopus journals are included, and under Group B, they have given a separate list of all the other Indian journals that they have included, which are not part of Scopus. So you can, my suggestion is that if you want to write, do not write for anything else except UGC care lists.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Any more questions?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take care.
Thank you. As we are reaching the conclusion of the inaugural session, I invite my colleague, Dr. Dharmendra Yadav, who is the coordinator of this FDP, to deliver the vote of thanks. Dr. Dharmendra Yadav, a name that is rarely skipped from organizing team of any event of our college. It will not be wrong if I say that he is one of the most dependable faculty members of our college. He has been serving as assistant professor in Department of Mathematics, Vardhaman College, Bijnor since 2013 after he switched from University of Delhi as adjunct faculty. With an excellent academic record, he has 34 research papers in national and international journals, 6 books of intermediate and undergraduate level, 21 presentations in different conferences and seminars, and also guiding PhD students. His biggest strength is being calm and composed even in the most chaotic situations and never losing his faith. With these words, I invite Dr. Dharmendra Yadav to present the vote of thanks for today's inaugural session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vaishali. Dr. Faiza Basi, Director, HRDC, AMU Aligarh. Professor Rama, Principal, Hansraj College, University of Delhi. Professor CM Jain, Principal, Vardhaman College, Bijnor. Professor Jyotiba Phole, Coordinator, MHR, FDC, Delhi. Dr. Mukesh, Convener, FDP, respected delegates, research scholars, and my colleagues. Good afternoon to all. As we know that we all have assembled here virtually for the inauguration function of 1 week faculty development program on academic writing and online resources for research. This event is the joint venture of Vardhaman College Bijnor and Mahatma Hansraj Faculty Development Center under the scheme of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching. This faculty development program is meant to disseminate the knowledge about academic writing, project writing, and use of online tools for research purpose. The aim of this FDP is to train the academicians and research scholars. I am sure that all the participants of this faculty development program will be benefited. Now, let me move to the duty entrusted by me to my colleague, Dr. Vaishali. Being the coordinator of this program, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks today. Dr. Faiza Basi, Director, HRDC, AMU Aligarh, enlightened the inauguration session with her valuable thoughts. She told that there are presently 4 Kalam centers working across the country. She also told about that 52 colleges under Kalam category trained the 6,000 teachers physically and around 6,000 teachers, research scholars, and other academicians from virtual platform. She also told about how teacher can take up the pressure of globalization. She also told how Kalam is helping in this direction. She also highlighted the advantage of soft skill for being a good teacher. She also highlighted the advantage of ICT based learning and research. She highlighted the advantage of good management in the profession of teaching. She also highlighted that in spite of teaching, publication and other academic activities are also important in teaching profession. She focused how we can select the journal for publication. She also highlighted about advantage of impact factor, Scopus indexing, H-index, I-10 index of journal. She told how we can sustain in such a fast changing higher education scenario. Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of organizing team, we express our deep gratitude to you, ma'am, for sparing your valuable time for us and enlightening our audience. We are also highly thankful to our honorable management for providing the opportunity to organize this 1 week faculty development program. We are thankful to our principal, Professor C.M. Jain sir, for his continuous support and guidance to begin this journey. He consistently supported our team whenever we got stuck in any step. Under his guidance, our college is growing by leaps and bounds. We are also very thankful to Maharaja Hansraj Faculty Development Center, who collaborated with us and provide the platform to execute this program. We are also very thankful to Principal Professor Rama of Hansraj College for her continuous support. I also extend my thanks to Professor Jyotiba Bole, Dr. Mukesh and Dr. Ashutosh Yadav for their supports and guidance. I put my sincere thanks to the technical team for handling all this program so effectively. As event like this will not happen overnight. The wheel starts rolling months out before the program see the light of the day. It requires planning and bird's eye for all details. We have been fortunate to be backed with self-motivated team members. I thank everyone for extending their willingness to undertake various responsibilities for making this one big faculty development program a successful event. I thank all the delegates of this program for showing their interest to participate in this program. Once again, thank you all for joining virtually in this one big faculty development program. Thank you. Over to Vaishali ma'am for further process.
Thank you so much, sir. With this, we come to the end of the inaugural session and we will take a short break, not a very short one actually, before our technical session starts at 3 p.m. Please join in time and mark your attendance in the format mentioned in the WhatsApp group and as we've done till now. For any query, you are free to contact any of the organizing committee members. As we are repeatedly saying, the numbers are available in the WhatsApp group. The number of the admins are of the organizing committee members. For queries for the resource person during the session, please write in chat box and the organizing committee members or the resource person will address them at the end of the presentation. So in the technical session, whoever is delivering the lecture, you have the query, you have to write in the chat box. The person of the organizing committee who will be managing it here on this end will convey it to the resource person and your query will be answered during the session itself. So see you all at 3 o'clock. Have a good lunch and refresh yourself and be back on time. Thank you so much.
Thank you to all.
You may please leave the meeting now and reconnect at 3 p.m.
तीन बजे दोबारा रिकनेक्ट होना है 3 बजे का अलार्म ले लें 3 का अलार्म ले लें 5:30 में के 10 मिनट 3 करवा लें 3 2 55 का ले दे